Hi, welcome to 5 Minute Critics. I'm Emmett Loverde.
I'm Paul Cummings.
Paul Cummings. And today we're going to talk about Galaxy Quest.
A sci-fi send-off that takes on elements of Star Trek, of Star Wars, of just about every sci-fi movie you could imagine.
Fan wackiness.
Yes, it starred Tim Allen, Sigourney Weaver, Tony Shalhoub,
Alan Rickman, yes.
Alan Rickman,
Justin Long,
and Sam Rockwell, and of course
Sigourney Weaver.
Did mention Sigourney.
Okay.
And of course one of our favorite actors,
Greg Binkley. We put Greg into a play many years ago here in Los Angeles, and he was terrific. And I have been so happy with his career with the Del Taco commercials. He was Dan from Product Development, and he was also on a show called Raising Hope.
Yes.
Which was a very funny show. I don't know if you missed it. It was about 3 or 4 seasons long.
Yes.
And now he's got a new gig. I don't know what it is, but...
Yes. So we want to give a shout out to Greg and say, don't forget us.
Yeah, don't forget us.
You knew nobody when you came here, right?
Yeah. So, Galaxy Quest. All right, first of all, raise your hand if you've ever been to a Star Trek convention or like a nerd convention of any kind. Yes, that's right.
I've done ComicCon a couple of times.
I have not. I went to a Star Trek convention. I've been to a couple of those, and they were a little too nerdy for me. Actually, it was too hardcore. I was like, yeah, it was kind of rough.
Yeah, I wasn't really
But it was fun.
I wasn't a hardcore Trekkie, but I liked the shows for the most part. But a huge comic book fan. So ComicCon, when I first moved to California, that summer I was at ComicCon. Didn't really have a place to live. I hadn't quite settled yet. Was doing a little bit of couch surfing, but I put the money together and I said, nope, we're going to San Diego. We're gone for the weekend.
And that's true dedication.
Yeah, it's true stupidity, but it's youth.
And speaking of stupidity and youth, Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy Quest, typical of the fanboy experience,
Yes.
of the Trekkie convention of Comic-Con. The movie opens at a convention in which the characters from an old television show are there to sign autographs. And Tim Allen, of course, is drunk and hungover and late and disappointing everyone in the cast because the only person they want to see is the commander.
Yes. And the show is called Galaxy Quest, and let's say it bears more than a passing resemblance to another late 60s television show called Star Trek.
Yes. I'd say much more than a passing resemblance.
Yes.
It's a direct correlation, and it pokes fun in a really good way at all of the things we love about Star Trek, including crewman number 6.
Yes, the guy who dies in every episode.
Yes.
I think in Star Trek his name was Jackson.
More often than not, yes, it was.
Yeah, it was always like...
Crewman Jackson.
Yeah, who did we lose? I think just one, Crewman Jackson, sir. And then, of course, the captain was... I remember him. His father helped me get into the academy, and, and it was, and the corny music starts playing and stuff like that. So he is in Galaxy Quest. And it's funny.
It is. It is funny, and it is great social commentary about the innocence of life, of the central theme of the film is that there's an alien race that intercepts old television radio signals, and they don't realize that it's a TV show. They think it's a historical record.
Historical documents.
of what happens here on the planet Earth. So they develop their own technology based on what they can discern is the technology we use here, which is really all special effects.
Yeah, their technology actually works.
Yes.
But they are innocent. That's the thing. That's what's so touching about the movie, is that this alien race, they're in some ways they're very sophisticated, but in many they're children.
Yes.
They believe what you tell them. If you lie to them, it's not, you hurt them by lying to them.
They don't even understand the concept of a lie.
Yes.
Which is, in and of itself, that's an amazing thing. When you think about it, children, they learn to lie just for their own self-interests. But one of the funniest stories I ever tell is, I have 3 children. My oldest, my son, was 3 years old when we brought my older daughter home from the hospital, and he was playing around in the house and knocked over and broke a lamp. When I walked into the room and I asked him what happened, he looked me right in the eye and told me that his sister, all of 6 days old, broke the lamp.
Wow. It's kind of inspiring in a way, because it's the
So that
imagination.
Yes.
Yeah.
The imagination, the instinct for self-preservation created a lie so ridiculous that I knew it wasn't true. But that's not the point that I'm making here. The point I'm making is now we're talking about an alien race that doesn't even have the capacity to tell that lie,
Yes.
to preserve their own lives.
And that's actually that's one of the saddest things about the movie, but also the most wonderful, is that these aliens, they come and they more or less kidnap a group of has-been actors and take them to their spaceship and say, "Save our race." And when the actors are saying, "We can't, we're just actors," the look on the alien faces is so heartbreaking. Like, but we believed everything you did. We believed your show. And so these has-been actors somehow rise to the occasion and actually do some good.
They're borrowing from what they can remember of the various scripts they've done.
Yes.
And practicing the movements that they used to do on the show. Well, I used to move my hand this way, so that should make the technology work. Was basically all they had to go on.
Yes. By Grathbar's hammer, you shall be avenged. Yes. That's like what is it? To infinity and beyond,
yes.
And beam me up, Scotty.
The most wonderful line Tony Shalhoub has is all is going to chaos in the engine room. Hey guys, they're telling me we got a problem with the engines, and the he has absolutely no concept that the supposedly tech genius of the crew has no knowledge of what is going on as he's watching things fall apart around him. Yet he too rises to the occasion, and they all, in their own way, become heroes.
He goes with the aliens.
Yes.
He falls in love with one of the alien girls, and
Lala.
Yes.
Who says not one word
She
throughout.
smiles though.
She's got an incredible smile.
And actually, I want to give a special mention to Enrico Colantoni. He was on the TV show Veronica Mars. He used to be on Just Shoot Me. He's a terrific actor, and I'm going to say this for posterity. I think he should have been nominated for an Academy Award for his portrayal of the alien leader in Galaxy Quest. He was heartbreaking.
Yes.
He was absolutely... There was a scene, I hate to say it, but there was a scene when he was being tortured. And I almost started crying because it was absolutely heartbreaking.
For a comedic film, was something kind of unexpected, and I remember the theater being very quiet during that scene.
Yeah, you don't expect. Yeah, exactly. You don't expect that in a broad comedy. And the aliens in their natural forms, they look like Sigmund and the Sea Monsters or something.
Yes.
I mean, they were not to be taken very seriously. And wow.
Yes.
So not only should you watch this movie, but you should give an Academy Award to Veronica Mars's father. because he was terrific. I can't remember. Cantaloni? Anyway, he's good. Good work, sir.
Well done. Well, that's it for tonight, and we'll see you again soon.